Here's adventure.
His fast gun for high rolling.
Here's
Fast gun for hire keeps the calling wind.
This is High Noon and welcome. Are you prepared to draw? I hope so. And I don't mean any of that liver lizzy gun slinging stuff. And I don't mean any of that artist stuff. I'm here to do that. You all will just draw together, become family, friends, help each other, support each other, all that stuff. This is a place to have good fun. Okay?
Hello, one and all. How are you this fine afternoon on Monday that is November the 4th? So, okay. Just trying to switch things up. And hello, Mono. Hello, Raven. Okay, my mouse does not want to cooperate. I need to get a cordless mouse. I need to get money to do that first. Okay, so let's bring up OBS and switch to our drawing cam. It's not. I wonder if it's because it's been good the last couple days, but it's been over the weekend, so. What's it like to everybody else out there? Model saying it's not good today. What's it like to everybody else? And I know this was offered up last night, but this will be the piece for the week to be going out, to be auctioned off, starting at $10. It is Snowdrift and the Flame together, colored on 8 something by 10 something. Character I'm doing today is Crime Buster. Can everybody hear me all right? Okay, nobody's even responding to my questions. Uh-huh. Delay. Okay, so is it blurry? What's going on, Mono? On your end. Yeah, it's apparently there's a little bit bigger delay when I'm using the virtual camera from OBS. I'm not sure how much more of a delay. So everybody, please do make sure you're hitting the like button and sharing this out on whatever social media platforms you do have. And will let you. The link is out to some people. Let the people come in. I'm drawing my character Crime Buster today, as I already said. So what's going on for everybody today? How is everyone today? How is your week starting out? I know technically the beginning of the week was yesterday, but today's the first day back at work for most people. Oh, Rick, we got our first mission to Cat's Cult of Raven Character Creator Contest. Mild depression, JP, why? If you don't mind sharing. I might do mine on Saturday. I might do a stream for that. Evan. Depressed. I want to figure out which Cult of Raven members I know that regularly come to my chat when I do mine. There needs to be a backstory too, Rick. Oh. I'll draw it up then. No, I have yet to show my Arnold. Yeah. For those that were not there last night on John's stream, we had a small little contest. Yeah. Now I don't know why I'm sounding like this. It doesn't sound like Arnold at all. No. But I won. We had drawing Arnold from Terminator 2. And I won, yeah. So let's see, which Cult of Raven members do I know? Since I got this open, we have Hans and Franz. So you have to bump you up, yeah. Says Bullet. We have Evan, Joshua, Pope Raven, is Diller part of the Cult of Raven? We'll say John, Cat. Anybody else that comes to my show that's a regular member of the cult, that is a member of the Cult of Raven that comes regularly? Oh, nope, no one. Aren't you part of the Cult of Raven? No, I was going to say, aren't you part of the Cult of Raven, Raggedy? But you work with Starfire. Model's part of the Cult of Raven. Are you claiming Bullet? Are you part of the Cult of Raven, Bullet? That's 6. Oh, flip. 7. It's the Cult of Raven members that come to my show on a regular basis, Pope Raven. Oh, Rising. Hey, Nighthawk. Well, in a minute, I'm going to be finishing, continuing my drawing of my character right now. Remove Cat's name. Well, Cat, but she's running your contest for the Cult of Raven. Oh, this is Cat is running a contest through the Cult of Raven. Although you don't have to be part of the Cult of Raven to enter Nighthawk Warrior. Creating a mermaid or merman version of a member of the Cult of Raven. I do see, however, this list, there's a lot of guys in this list. Only one girl, and you want me to kick the girl out. of this list. Pope Fire is not part of the cult of Raven. Nighthawk. FBI. AI triggered. Hey, Chaos. That sounds like it might be a bit sexist there, Pope Raven. I don't know how you can do a mermaid contest without mermaids. Seems the cult of Raven is a merman thing. This should be a merman contest. Oh, no problem, JP. No problem. Think mermaid man. Pope Raven says, I'm only a sexist on the internet, Rick. But in real life, I'm a male feminist. Yeah. GTM is a lady. Rick, don't be spiritual. Oh, I didn't know. Pope Raven says, Rick, please don't read my messages with a creepy voice. A mermaid that uses alchemy. That's awesome. There's one thing that I would like to. How would a mermaid use electronics in the sea? Or a merman? Well, I guess there's waterproof stuff, so. Rick, are you designing? So, Rick, are you designing this character for a contest as an example? No, this is one of my actual characters. Um, in the thing, in my descriptions, there's a link to my. Hey, Lorenzo, how are you doing? But there's a link to my website with the bio on for this guy. Sonar Alchemy. This is one of my really goofball characters, though, I would have to say. Here, for you guys that don't want to go all the way over to my website. Oh, we got 8 notifications. We'll check that out in a bit. Yes, Mother. Oh. Hello, Mother. Hello, Father. How are you here at Camp Granada? What? Nope, he does not. Bullet. Not today, model. Okay, so here is Crime Buster's bio. His real name is Alexander Scott Buster. He is 5'10". He is 160 pounds. Or show the cat. To Rick Jersey. Group affiliation none. His city of residence is Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. He's married. He says black hair, but I think that should be auburn red. I forgot to change that. Brown eyes. First appearance, electide number 5. And no relatives, a wife who's unnamed. Do you have any short people in your universe? A few. But when I went and did a whole bunch of these bios at the same time, I did a little bit of research. And most comic book characters fell between a certain height and a certain weight for heroes and villains. I have that paper around me here, actually. But his occupation, comic book writer. Are you going to make any characters appear to be villains at first in the Canadian Shield? How tall am I? 5'7". Uh, not necessarily in the Canadian Shield, but in the cross verse. Actually, I'm gonna probably have it more the opposite. Nighthawk. I'm gonna have some characters will appear to be heroes. Anyways, history from the time Alex was a little kid, he was into comic books. He collected all the merged comic titles and always tried to find back issues he didn't have. Sometime in his early years, Alex found Christ as Savior and his Lord and Savior. He also developed a skill for writing, so as soon as he could, he applied to merge comics as a job as a writer. Lo and behold, he got the job writing for one of the lower end titles. Not long after, he met and fell in love with the woman who's now his wife. No, the Canadian Shield's not going to be a villain, Raggedy. After he had been with Merge Comics for a few years, suddenly live comic book heroes began to appear on the scene. They were none of the heroes that had ever been in a comic book, wanting to rise in the ranks at Merge Comics to write the bigger name comics. Alex got the bright idea of wanting to get close enough to the heroes to get information that might be useful in writing bigger and better name books in comics. To this, he designs himself a costume and takes the name and heads off to tackle his first suspecting hero. In the midst of the battle, he fumbles the name he had chosen and ends up calling himself Crime Buster. And due to no skill at all, he defeats his first bad guy. The chat is full of great, funny people. Yes, it is. Linda, maybe we crowdfund it. Bullet says Crime Buster could write propaganda comics like Marvel does and turn the fans against characters they love. Nope, Crime Buster is a hero. But he has an agenda, to get ahead in the comic stuff. He fights the bad guys. He's just trying to get some information, that might be helpful for, landing a bigger comic, bigger paycheck. Kind of. But will Crime Buster be on the right side of history, Rick? Only time will tell. Only time will tell. Like I said, I think I sort of answered that for Nighthawk as well as Joshua. He's not pretending to be a villain. Sounds like a villain pretending to be a hero. No, because he is going to be fighting crime outright. He's got into there. He just, his motives for being a superhero are not quite good. Hey, Dillard. It's sort of like Booster Gold. Booster Gold is in, when he first came out, especially was out there to make money. He was in it for fame and fortune. He wasn't in it for the right reasons, but he was a hero. But will he be fighting actual crimes or thought crimes? Well, his skills and powers. Let's get down to this. Alex has a great knowledge of journalism and comics books, which is really no help at all, except to usually get some villain even madder at him. As crime buster, he has a wide variety of non-lethal weapons in his arsenal. First of which is the powerful water gun, the most powerful water gun to date, which can be filled with a variety of liquids. Another is a ping pong ball shooter with the ping pong balls filled with various liquids and chemicals, and a sponge ball grenades filled with water. To get around, he's designed his own rollerblades, rocket power rollerblades. He also has glue grenades. Crime Buster also has absolutely no hand-to-hand combat skills and no defensive skills either. He is very vulnerable to attack. Fortune and glory, Rick. Fortune and glory. Sounds a bit like Eddie Brock or thought crimes. Okay. But if he had skills for writing, why would he write comics? Why not CNN and MSNBC? Because he has a passion for comics, as we, sort of got him into there at the beginning. Crime moobster. John, I'm lining up a buyer for this week's art. Nightwing, who all agrees with me that this sounds like a hero that turns into a villain or was always a villain and everyone thinks he was a hero. Cross comments. So he can specialize with the kitty. But if he uses devices to protect himself, he does have defensive skills. Yeah, but by defensive skills, I mean he uses those things to attack or whatever. If a villain comes up and starts punching him or grabbing him or whatever, about to grab him, he has no way of fighting back, Sure. I just wanted him to be my goofball character. Like sort of guy that fumbles into victory. And hello, E, how are you? So this character is modeled after Jar. Like Jar Jar Binks. You want that. Although I created him before Jar Jar, yeah, possibly. Darkwing. So Canadian Shield versus Crime Buster. I'd like to see that fight. I'm not sure how fast that would go. You got to remember, he's fighting with, I think, Electide the first time he is, and he's fighting against Ape. Of all the characters he fights against, it's Ape. Well, maybe not of all the characters. A giant gorilla. That's his first outing, going against a giant gorilla. Hong Kong. Does he lose to the said gorilla? Actually, no. He's probably gonna make the winning move, whatever it is. I haven't written that script yet. And Electide's gonna allow him to have all the glory for whatever reason. Thus, he becomes in the spotlight, and he becomes one of the heroes. So maybe he ends up writing about himself in the comic books, makes himself the comic book hero. Not King Kong, a giant gorilla. So it's not really. The animal is tearing up the downtown core of a city, so they're just trying to stop it. I don't know. Just call him King Kong. Just make him purple. It's no different than Grodd. Gorilla Grodd. All the giant ape characters are smart ape characters in DC and thing. Or Titano is another one in DC. Oh my God. Because those movies, the character itself is public domain, so you could make yourself a King Kong movie, but at the same time, your King Kong movie couldn't be anywhere close to similar to the new ones. Yeah, Flash villain, Gorilla Grodd. Or Titano, which is another DC villain. Which is a giant ape. I think a gorilla. Not sure. Didn't Jawbreakers have a giant ape? Yes, they did. But my character ape, I created years ago before Jawbreakers was actually even ever thought of. So Rick, do you have any heroes or villains that have ice or fire-based powers? Well, it's surprising you ask, Nighthawk. Up for bid right now is a piece for $10 of my character Snowdrift, which is one of my main characters, and the Flame, which again is one of my main characters. She is cold-based powers. And he is fire-based. I actually have 8 scripts written for her and 12 scripts written for him. Yeah, it did sound a bit rare. Yeah, you asked the question of me not prompting you to, right? And it's starting, this is starting at $10 bid for the week of Friday at the end of the thing. Whoever has the highest bid gets it. Well, thank you. I think that, well, I'm not sure whether I was going for 90s, but that's definitely something I was going for. I had a piece that I was doing last week. I had up the same way. Tank. And JP bought it for Dillard. I'm going to do some more. Dillard wanted some water acrylic or water wash, whatever. It's acrylic wash because it's acrylic paints. So I got Dillard's wanting some darker greens on it for the shading areas. So probably Saturday I'm going to do a few more things on it. In some ways, yes. In some ways, not. Thing. I won't say my tank character is created before Juggernaut because he wasn't, but inspired by Juggernaut, yes, but enough different, I'd say, because he's got blasters. He doesn't know where his origins, really. Nobody knows his origins. I don't even. I've made it a mystery. One day I'll, do something for it, but, he's going to be sort of like a Wolverine in that way where nobody has ever developed an origin for him. The first time you see him in the comics, he's robbing a bank. Rick, marital status of Snowdrift. That's complicated. No, Snowdrift is single. But the reason I jokingly said it's complicated because she was born probably the early 20s. She went under the ice probably about 1950, thereabouts. And she was married at the time, but she was thought dead. So, when she's revived, umpteen years later, her husband is still alive, but he's remarried and all that, thinking about because she was dead. What about the Flame? No, he is definitely married. Not Flamer, Flame. Yes, just the Flame or Flame. Nighthawk. Have you seen Snowpiercer? No. Does Snowdrift have a dude? No. I don't know. You would have to ask Flit. I don't think it said he was married in the bio, so probably no. Not at the moment. It is Flit's character, strictly. You know, like I said on Friday, I do like it a lot. I wouldn't mind putting him in my universe at some point, in some way, shape, or form. But he's Flit's character, so he created him for the contest, and Rick, I heard there was a Buffalo separatist movement in Canada. I have no clue. And I wouldn't even mind Xylo in or Extraordinary. Joshua says Xander Hughes would be a great addition to the Crossverse. But it's not something I can think about doing at the moment, purchasing characters from people. If Lit doesn't let you add them, you can just create a rip-off version. Yeah, it was just a rip-off version of a combination of you and Booster Gold, so, you know. Panda Hughes incoming. JP versus Xander Hughes. Panda Clues, the crime-busting bear. Does he skip? Does he skip leg day? Not sure. What are you talking to about? Darth Rick. Darth Rick. We will exterminate you. Oh, we got 11 watching. Awesome. Everybody make sure you're hitting that like button and sharing this out. I want to check on those 8 notifications. Stop that heavy breathe. I'm not trying to breathe heavy. No, he did not quite get tank yet. He wants a little bit more wash done. Which I'll use that loop. Just as long as they get your number and not my number. Chaos. Oh, heck, I haven't even got the money in my bank account yet. Harmonic respiratory. So is anybody going to enter the drawing crime buster? Yes, they are. JP. It's how he gets around. He's a low-level comic book writer. He can't afford Batmobiles or crime mobiles. No, he's not from the past, but that's I could, I guess, switch it to roller skates again, but when I created the character, rollerblades were a thing, so I like to walk to get around. Yeah, well, you're not a superhero, so you don't have to do it somewhat fast. Like I said, he can't afford. He's only a comic book writer. He can't afford, this luxury crime mobile like. So, well, he's a low-level one. It's not like he's Mark Wade. How about use Kia Rio? Whatever. Rio. Well, I guess there is something like that, but then, he'd have to show the license for it, have that license plate on it. You would be able to have it all decked out with trinkets, like, you know, Batman's Batmobile. Does he hang in parks? No. Grim bust. Nice license plate there. Originally, this guy had a different name and a different look, too. Originally, I was going to call this guy Pollution Buster. And his look was even worse. How about a 49cc motor scooter? Oh, maybe. He might end up. I could probably actually get him one of those electric scooters. And he can deck that out a little bit. Electric, you know, the electric bikes. Don't need a license or insurance or whatever. Maybe you can play with that or to make it go faster. Like I said, it was what I thought of at the time. A golf cart. The crime bike. I'm willing to change some things to bring it up to date. No, not a golf cart. An e-bike. Give him an e-bike and then let him paint it and deck it out. I think this guy should concentrate on earning a living. This guy is so filthy. No, it's just not, you know. He's not Bruce Wayne, you know. And the thing is, he is supposed to be a joke, too, of a hero. He has no powers. He has nothing really making him special that would make him a hero. Just in one of those wheelies shoes so he can just be a little out of date. Yeah, but they don't make you go fat. I think the rollerblades or roller skates would he'd be able to go faster with those. How much money will this guy earn you? Me? I don't know. Depends on how popular he becomes. If he becomes popular at all, you should give him a bicycle helmet. Yeah, especially if I do the e-bike thing, I would give him some sort of helmet for it. Try and deck it out a little. Which would be a new little piece to the thing to hide his identity a little bit more. He rides with Xylo in a short bus. Taking the bus to fight crime. Short bus. Nothing. Draw the shield. Oh, thanks, Dillard. Are the skates powered by harmonic alchemy? No, definitely not. Yeah, definitely not. Definitely not. JP and the metal must be punished for harmonic alchemy. I'm working with model on the Xylo animated series. You better watch it, JP. He's gonna push you out, and then make it all about what he wants it about. And it won't resemble your character in any way, shape, or form. Are the skates powered by tiny brave legs? That's right. If I get money, who cares? Well, that's the thing. You won't get any of the money either. Because it won't resemble your character, so he can claim it's all his and take all the money. Just model. Now, just remember, you've seen what he's done to the Canadian Shield so far. He hasn't promised me any money from this animated series. Or Gillette. I'm just not creative. I'm just not creative involved. Won't someone in comic series please think of the money? Nope, we will not think of the money, John. So, anybody out there want the link? Can anybody out there use the link? Because it might not be a question of wanting. You might want it, but you can't use it because you're at work or whatever. Crime Buster looks like he's slung a lot of dogs. I'm not sure what you mean, but hope I want to know what you mean. Hot dog merchant. Okay, if you just mean a regular hot dog merchant, sure, okay. Although I don't think so because I don't think he's worked one of those things, hot dog carts. Is he falling back? He's probably about to. Yeah, I thought it might have been chaos. No, that's supposed to be his hair. Oh. I'm just not good at drawing hair yet. Because I just hope I'm not hair today, gone tomorrow. Yeah, that's just a regular mask. Slips and falls. Accidents ruins lives. Well, that's exactly it. He's going to probably slip, fall. One of his things goes off, releasing all his glue grenades at the same time and gluing down the giant gorilla in place so it cannot get away no matter how much it struggles. And he's captured the giant gorilla. Why didn't anybody else think of a whole bunch of glue? Yeah, I could. In some ways, anything to make him a little bit look more ridiculous, I don't mind. I do want him to look a little bit ridiculous or a lot ridiculous. Oh, snap. Rick just pounded himself. He needs help. What? What do you mean? Oh, I did. My proportions are all off on that leg. I know. Yeah, fanny pack might be an idea. Trying to make the leg a little bit look a bit further away. Well, he does not have an inhaler. I'm not going to do quite that bad for him. The beat. Probably shouldn't even probably give him a 6-pack, but you guys are getting sort of the idea. He's probably going to be made fun of for all this. Well, stuff like that by other heroes, although they probably shouldn't be making fun of him. Have him in a painted overall. No. Well, you gotta remember there wouldn't be a Batman in my universe, so. But I get where you're going. Now he's got to create somewhat of a decent costume. But I do like some of your ideas. I like the goggles, possibly underneath a maybe a helmet, especially if I do the e-bike thing. well, probably somebody from Merge Comics. Maybe the Iron Bat or the Super Spider. Like, he's not, I wouldn't say he's super poor, you know, but, you know, like I said, he's not, he won't be where, say, Ethan is or was in comics before at DC or whatever before he quit, but he might be, I don't know, who would be half decent, making a decent amount of money. You know, he is signed to Merge Comics. In his universe, which is Merge Comics is my universe. It's just basically DC and Marvel combined. So you have like Iron Bat, which is Iron Man and Batman combined, Super Spider, which is Superman and Spider-Man. I've got other ones too. He's just a guy in love with comics books trying to write them. You know, like you got Captain Hulk, which is Shazam and the Hulk combined. Aquamore, which is Aquaman and Namor combined. Battle Steel, which is War Machine and Steel combined. Bishop Gold, which is Bishop and Booster Gold combined. Black Mockingbird, which is Black Canary and Mockingbird combined. Joker Goblin, which is the Joker and the Green Goblin combined. I think you're getting the picture. Don't do anything interesting or funny till you get back. I'll try not to. But you know me. Oh, and I'll have some pages to you today too, Dillard. I'll send them to you sometime today before my 5 o'clock stream, which I think will be drawing Robin. Don't worry. So you're saying this is going to be like one of your streams, Bullet? Nothing interesting, nothing funny? I don't know. I was thinking Dick Grayson, but I think he's my favorite Robin. Him and Tim are probably my top two Robins. I never ever read much of Jason Todd as Robin, but I've read a lot. Dick Grayson was, obviously who most of us, I think, were introduced to as Robin as a character. And then when I started really reading comics, it was Tim Drake as Robin. Yeah, I like eggnog. Your streams will have a heritage of eggnog. Oh, we have hilarity and eggnog? I don't know whether that'll make them interesting. Well, I've done this. Nobody seems to be here. Also, why aren't you working on the next page of your book today? Because today is the fan art thing that I do. Tuesday through Thursday is book. So tomorrow, I will be working on the book. Page 17. And do we got anything done? We got it paneled out. We got some drawings there. Five days a week should be the book. Well, I'm trying to keep. Well, not that that wouldn't be interesting, but I'm pacing myself because probably if I did it 5 days a week, I would probably have it all done right now, or be only 1 or 2 pages away. And I don't know what I'm doing exactly after I get it all penciled and line art. And Dillard's going over all of it, as you know, bringing it up a notch, or quite a few notches. But I only have three evening stuff now, so I keep the anime talk clean up here. Yeah, well, Tuesdays are always going to be anime, and we're going to do that at 10. So, Eastern time. And in a lot of ways, I would like to go on to the next book. As we were sort of talking about this on Friday, do I go on to the next book? Because I would like to have it, if I can get enough money from the campaign, have somebody draw it up, penciled and inked. That's better than me. Steam stream countdown yawn initiated. But this will give. I figured this should give me, the way I was doing it would give me till December, sometime to get it done. By the time December hits, the inks and all that should be done, I think. Then it's just going to be figuring out coloring. I think Dillard's going to be doing that contest on his stream. I was thinking it wasn't the best idea or whatever. I'm not sure how to put it, but you can do it. What's the worst thing to happen? Nobody wants to color for a possibility of free. It all depends on how much money I make on the campaign. So I'm going to probably have to figure out what in December I'm going to do, especially if I'm not coloring, which a lot of ways I hope I'm not. Because, well, I'm probably not going to be able to do it justice with me coloring. And there's another yawn. I don't want to end at the moment, but nothing much going on either. What if it is the most justice? What? Me coloring it? Or what is the most justice? Making it look good, it's better than it looked before, I think anyways. But it doesn't look as good as it. And if I color, it probably won't look. It'll probably still look half decent, but not as good as it could if somebody else did it. But yeah, that's about it. So yeah, thank everybody for coming by, watching. We will be back later drawing Robin at 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Make sure to check it out. We won't be robbing you. So I guess that's it. So bye for now. God bless. Have a great and wonderful day. Love you all. See you in a couple hours.